How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, sad and tragically, I am bringing you more news of another death in custody at HMP Liverpool, or Walton Jail, or as it should be known, the Death Warehouse. Victorian prison with Victorian conditions, right? That nothing much has changed. They brought in a female governor, Pia Sinha, right, on the back of a shocking report where they actually removed the governor from post because of the death rate and the self-harm and the squalid conditions. Everything remains the same. Nothing's changed. There's been more deaths on her clock than there was on the previous governor's watch. So what's happening at Walton Jail? What is going on at that jail is fucking disgusting. And I've absolutely had enough, right? These people, right, these prisoners are not the real people, right? And before they've ever been offenders, guys, they've first been victims, right? And let me tell you, growing up in care, physically abused, emotionally abused, mentally abused, growing up in care leavers. Do you know what I mean? Parents were addicts. Parents were alcoholics. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, bullied, victimized. Do you know what I mean? And then mental health problems, mental health, Asperger's syndrome, autism. Before there was ever offenders, guys, there was victims. And the amount of prisoners leaving prisons in body bags is absolutely alarming. Really, really is. And it breaks my heart. This is the third suicide in 4 weeks just at Walton Jail. Now, what the fuck is going on at that prison? The Ministry of Justice don't care. The governor of the prison, Pia Sinha, she doesn't care. Right? The Ministry of Justice don't do nothing. The local MP, Dan Carden, doesn't do nothing. And there's prisoners leaving prisons in body bags on a weekly basis in prisons up and down the country. Do you know what I mean? And it's shocking. And it breaks my heart. The prisoner in question goes by the name of Damien Anderson, age 40. God bless him. May he rest in peace. I know my subscribers, I know that they'll put their rest in peace or rest in paradise comments below. My thoughts and prayers with Damien's friends and family at this sad and tragic time. I'm a former prisoner. I speak up for prisoners. I do interviews. I set up interviews. I speak up for prisoners and I speak up against the system. My advice would be to Damien's friends and family, if they see this video, contact the Liverpool Echo, contact media outlets, speak up, pay tribute to Damien, and also go on about what's going on within that prison. Third suicide in 4 weeks, 8th suicide in 13 months, right? It's absolutely alarming. It's a humanitarian crisis of the highest order. It's beyond words. But nobody cares. Prisoners' lives are disposable. Body bags are as much part of prison life as the dilapidated, decrepit, run-down prisons, the spice within the prisons, the vermin. So I mean, body bags are as much part of prison life as the bars, like I say, the understaffing, the spice and everything else. It's absolutely sickening, guys, and it's disgusting. And yet, does anybody act? No. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't met or don't know Damien Anderson. God bless him, rest in peace. But if he wasn't if he wasn't being sent to prison, like I said, I don't know what his charges or anything. But if he hadn't been sent to prison, would he still be alive? Oh, yeah, you bet your life he would, 100%. Like I say, what is going on at that prison, guys? Absolutely shocking. I think Walton Jail has overtook HMP Nottingham as the worst prison for suicides in England. I'm in Manchester. It's 40 miles down the road. I know people I know prisoners' girlfriends that their fellas still locked up in Walton Jail. It's disgusting what's going on in that prison. Another thing I would say to Damien Anderson's family as well is, before I start reading this story, is because I've covered so many deaths in custody and stuff, like by either getting the story out there or reading the story on these vlogs, I've become into contact with other prisoners' families who have lost a loved one whilst in this prison and other prisons. If you would like me to put you in contact so you can get support from another prisoner's family that's tragically taken their own life in the same circumstances, in the same prison, please contact me. I'll put my number in the description below, and I will gladly put you in contact with Paula Newman, whose son Carl took his own life in, I think it was September of 2017. Anthony Payne's mother, Janet, who he tragically took his own life in February 2018 at the prison. Then I spoke to the twin sister of Paul Jones. Paul Jones tragically took his own life 4 weeks ago yesterday in the same prison. And then obviously the one before Damien Anderson was a prisoner by the name of Ian Galtras, who I've spoken to his son on the phone. He's a lovely... Ian left behind a wife and 3 sons. He tragically took his own life in the past 2 weeks. If you would like me to patch you through and make the connection so they can support you during this process with the prison probation ombudsman and the investigation, please contact me and I will gladly patch the numbers through so they can support you. Anyway, let's get into the story, guys. So this is the Liverpool Echo. Headline reads, "New prisoner dies 48 hours after arriving." HMP Liverpool's third death in 4 weeks. Damien Anderson, age 40, God bless him, may he rest in peace, my thoughts and prayers are still with his family, was discovered unresponsive in his cell by horrified staff this morning. Another inmate was found dead at HMP Liverpool this morning, the third fatality at the jail in the last 4 weeks. Damien Anderson had only been at the prison for 48 hours when he was found unresponsive in his cell on the A wing of the Hornby Road facility. The Echo understands the 40-year-old was already dead by the time staff reached him and tried to start life-saving procedures. Today, a source revealed that officers at the Category A jail, just stop you there, it's not a Category A jail, it's a Cat B, were at the end of their tether with conditions in HMP Liverpool and described conditions as unsafe. Now, prison officers don't care about the conditions for prisoners or the conditions that they work in, because they care about themselves, guys. He added, something needs to be done. The prison is so short-staffed, the more this is exposed, the better. It's a horrible place. There are so many people with mental health problems. And then there's a thing here. Did you know Damien Anderson? Please email luke.trainer@trinitymirror.com. It follows 2 recent deaths with 47-year-old Ian Galtras earlier this month and 36-year-old Paul Jones, who died on September the 26th. My thoughts and prayers are still with Ian Galtras' friends and family and his sons and his ex-wife, and also Paul Jones and his friends and family and his twin sister, again at this sad and tragic time. The Ministry of Justice has now launched an investigation which will be completed by the Prisoner Probation Ombudsman. It will be the latest prison probation ombudsman into deaths at the Walton jail, which is the subject of a shocking inspection report just 10 months ago, which unearthed how at least 7 men are believed to have taken their own lives in the past 3 years. Psychotic murderer repeatedly stabbed strangers. Oh no, that's just a thing on it. So today, a prison service spokesman said HMP Liverpool prisoner Damien Anderson died in prison on October the 24th, 2018. Our thoughts and prayers are with his friends and his family. His next of kin have been informed. Now, they don't give a shit about his friends and family, guys. The prison are ruthless. They don't give a shit. And then here you've got helplines for networks like Samaritans, Child Lines, Depression Alliance, Students Against Depression, Bullying UK. As with all deaths in custody, there will be an independent, don't make me laugh, there's nothing independent about them at all, investigation by the Prison Probation Ombudsman. Figures released by the Ministry of Justice in July 2017 revealed 14 inmates have died at Walton Jail over the past 2 years, a mixture of suicides and natural causes. There's been 8 suicides in that prison in 13 months, and I've spoken to about 4 or 5 of them families. In January, a former inspector described it as Britain's worst jail. No shit, Sherlock. Rats and cockroaches were rife with one area of the jail so dirty, infested and hazardous it could not be cleaned, it was revealed. During an unannounced visit last September, prison inspectors found inmates living in squalid conditions with exposed electrical wiring and filthy leaking lavatories. The damning report blamed prison managers for an abject failure to offer a safe, decent and purposeful environment, with only a quarter of recommendations made by inspectors in 2015 having been fully achieved. The former governor, Peter Francis, was removed within days of the inspection, and the former prison officer at the jail, Pia Sinha, was appointed as replacement. Well, Pia Sinha, pull your finger out your fucking ass and get it fucking an hold of what's going on within that prison, because it's disgusting. And I'm sick of seeing prisoners leave prison in body bags. You don't give a shit. Clueless fucking idiots. And you know what pisses me off as well? Check this fucking bullshit. You've just heard about the rats and the cockroaches and the infestations and the shocking report into conditions at the jail. And then look at this, guys. Doesn't this make you fucking laugh? HMP Liverpool, a 21st century community prison. You're having a fucking laugh. It's more reminiscent of fucking Dickensian England, full of bullshit. Prisoners are leaving prison in body bags on a daily, weekly basis, and nothing's changing. And I have, for one, have had enough. I'm thinking, honest to God, I have thoughts in my head about like gluing on to the fucking gate of a prison or something, or doing something protest-wise. I'm sick to death of seeing prisoners leave prison in body bags. Sick to the back teeth of it. And yet nobody cares. Nobody does nothing. And I feel like smashing my head against a brick wall because no one's doing nothing. No one's doing nothing. And it fucks me off massively. What's going... Do you know what? This could be your friends, your family. This could be your father, your brother, your uncle next. Because the next suicide's just a few days away, an hour, a days away, weeks away. The next suicide is round the corner. It's not going to be the last. That Damien Anderson, God bless him, rest in peace. His suicide's not going to last in the prison. And no one's doing nothing. And oh my God. I feel like smashing my head against windows. I mean, prisons just warehouses of very susceptible and vulnerable people. Prisons are doubling up as mental health units. Prisoners are also doubling up as, like, we don't have death row in the UK, but we might as well have, because the amount of prisoners leaving prison in body bags is just deeply, deeply disturbing. Sorry for my passion, guys, and my anger and stuff. I've got an heart, do you know what I mean? And I can't sleep when shit like this is going on in jails. I mean, we need to make a stand, man. You know what I mean? You've got the Prison Governors Association, you've got the Prison Officers Association, you've got the Howard League of Penal Reform, who, like, they speak out for prisoners, but who actually takes direct action for prisoners? Nobody. Prisoners could take over the prison system in a click of a finger. Prison succeeds in demoralising you, dehumanising you, demoralising you, desensitising you, and making you even more disenfranchised than when you enter the system. Rehabilitation doesn't take place in prison. Suffering does. Mental health does. And suicide does. On that note, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Please pay your tributes, guys. I've got like nearly 9,000 of you on here. Please, please, please pay your tributes to Damien Anderson in the comment section below. Damien's friends and family, if you see this vlog, my phone number is going to be in the description. Please feel free to contact me. I'll take as much time as you want to talk, and I can also put you in contact with other prisoners' families that are going through and have gone through exactly the same thing. Oh, and by the way, when the prison went to see Damien Anderson's family, they would have tried to sweeten him up by saying, "Oh, it's all right. We'll put 3 or 4 grand towards your son's funeral, your brother's funeral." Where, you know what I mean? It's not going to bring him back, is it? If he wasn't sent to prison, he'd still be alive. God bless Damien Anderson. May he rest in peace. Thoughts and prayers with your family. Like, comment, subscribe. Cody out.